Hey everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Wild and the Whites podcast. Here we are for part two.
Part two.
Derby weekend, day 2, Sunday. Winnie Derby.
Not on Winnie. We weren't on Winnie.
No. Meredith Rotary Club Derby.
I feel like a lot of times that confuses people when you say Winnie Derby because, it's just on Winnipesaukee. It's like, no, it's statewide. Right. You just have to get your fish in to Meredith.
Right. Yeah. We know what it means.
Yeah.
But yeah, statewide Derby. We were on a pond.
Yep.
A lonely little pond.
With just us, basically, other than that one other guy.
So anyway, I mean, we can tell people where this fucking place is always packed with people anyway.
Yeah.
We were on Hawkins Pond, Center Harbor. Do we want to go through the story of how we ended up there?
I don't even remember. Sure.
I'm pretty sure that had to involve you two.
Yeah, well,
because I got told
I was stuck in the middle of this.
Somebody told me that White Oak was a no-go.
Listen, after the day I had Saturday, I didn't even want to fish Sunday. I had a hard time when that alarm clock went off. I had a hard time going, I gotta get up. I gotta get up. I gotta get up. I gotta get up. Finally, my wife was like, aren't you gonna go? Your alarm's gone off like 10 times. So, yep, I'm going. Yep, I'm really gonna go now, I promise.
Yeah. It was an early morning, and it was a snowy morning.
Let's just say this. If any one of you guys texted me saying, hey, I'm not feeling up for going today, I would have been like, hell yeah. It's okay. I'm sorry you're not feeling well.
Yep.
I'll stay home today, too.
I'll stay home for you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Our plan was to meet there at 5:30 because I thought, I'll own up to that. I thought that there was going to be other people there because it is a packed place typically.
Yeah.
When it's not a Derby weekend, it's usually packed on weekends. So the fact
last year on Derby weekend, that place you couldn't find parking. We were parking on every side of the road.
Exactly. So, and that's the way it is most weekends, honestly, which is probably why there's no fish in there.
Facts.
Yep.
I mean, I take that. We caught fish.
A lot.
It was more than likely the same fish several times, but
some of them we never even took off the hook.
They took themselves off?
No. Just sent it back down, waited for the flag to go back
30 seconds
off.
later, the flag goes up again. It makes a man feel good, all right, Paul? If you experienced the Saturday we did, you would know.
You did it for the kids, right?
That's right.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Did you see us chasing flags?
Right. I could care less.
No, I did come and find you guys all cooking and hanging out, so.
Yeah.
That's because we had caught so many fish at that point. We were tired.
Yeah, we were done. We were all set. It was all up to the kids at that point, you know. We had already been to the board and back.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm leaving my house at, it was like 5 o'clock when you texted me, I think. 5. Yeah, I think it was. Because I was like, all right, I'll leave at 5, and it's snowing out. There was probably, 8 inches of snow on the ground?
Easy,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was snowing hard.
And I'm like, so it'll take me a while to get down there. I might be a little later than 5:30, but so. And then you texted me. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna be there like 6:15. It's slow going, late start. I'm like, sweet, another cup of coffee. Sign me up. I went back inside, had another cup because I was kind of in the same boat as you. I was like, whew, this is early. And okay, yeah, let's go do this. All right. So
It's going to be a good day.
Right. So I get there at like 10 to 6, and I was the first one there, which I was happy about, but I was for sure just like, people are going to start flying in there. No, it was first one of your buddies, next one of your buddies, next one was you. Granted, that was like 45 minutes later.
Yeah, I mean, we're closer to like 7 at this point.
We really were, yeah. Yeah, no, honestly.
It's better than what time I
but I'm
finally
glad you
got out
there
there.
so early so you could save our parking.
That was obviously. Yeah. I'll take one for the team.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I definitely was out there for about an hour in that parking lot just waiting for everything to happen. That's just fine.
Yeah. But you scouted out a good route.
Yep.
Right? You knew how we were going to get on the ice.
Yep. Helped everybody unpack.
Yep.
Had my stuff waiting, getting completely covered in snow down on the ice. And then you guys got set up and you left me.
I mean, we might have. We didn't necessarily leave you.
No.
We just left you behind. You were still there. You were on the body of water we were on.
Correct, yeah. And I showed up once you guys got stuck.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, you guys walked out to help us without pulling any of your stuff with you.
No, we were like, screw that. They are coming back to get this.
Yeah.
So anyway, I mean, there wasn't much that happened in the parking lot. Just unloading, getting everything together. You had your same contraption.
I mean, my setup failed again.
But you left the flip over. You didn't take the flip over.
I didn't take that out. So I took that off, thinking maybe the reduction in weight would help me.
It didn't.
No, it did, because the route...
It did, very slightly.
The route to get onto the ice that we had to take, because the wheeler is so wide... You had to go like around the side of my truck on this little like side hill.
Oh, I saw the track.
And then curl like this.
I know what you're talking about.
And I might have tipped the sled over right off the bat. We tipped it over once or twice.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Yeah, it was easy.
We were able to counterweight it and get it where it needed to go. So then you guys decided, all right, we're going to go do the first trip, and then we'll come back, pick you guys up, and bring you guys back.
Yep.
How'd that first trip out go?
I mean, you guys had a better view than I did. How far do you think I made it before I tipped over the first time? Not very far.
250 yards, maybe?
Yes, that was a good stretch, I'd say. Yeah. I made it a little distance. There was a lot of snow and a lot of slush on the ice. But I made it, whatever he said, a couple 100 yards, and then keeled over. And then we got it back up. Actually, I think you guys might have started walking out.
We did.
To help.
And we did.
Did you help me stand it up? Or did I? Okay, they helped stand it up.
And that's when your buddy...
That's right.
Rode the bull.
So then Patrick, another friend, he says, I've ridden a bull before, I can do this. That was the exact line he said. So he stood on the back of my setup, held onto the ratchet straps, and I wish we had a video of it because it actually was pretty funny.
Mind you, Pat was the one that arrived first after me and immediately, I didn't forget my beer today, boys.
Let's just say Pat is an interesting guy, great guy. He loves to have drinks while he's fishing. Anyways, so Pat gets on this thing and he's riding it like a bull. Like he's actually like, every time I'm turning around looking as I'm driving, and he is like, if it's tipping this way, he's counterweighting as much as he can that way, and he's keeping it upright. And the funniest part of the whole thing was, though, I was absolutely covering him with slush. He's trying his best to hold on, and he's doing one of these in his face the whole time. But we made it out there.
Yep.
And then we unloaded.
Yeah.
And then I think we came back to help you. I took everything off the sled, but I brought the sled with the plywood back.
Yes. And you did a couple passes to try to make
yeah. I thought I was going to be smart and like pack down a road.
Yep.
Didn't really work that great. I mean, it did, but it didn't. There were some spots where it was like just trenches of slush. It made it worse.
Yep. And that's when the little snowmobile came out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what happened there? That was my son's snowmobile.
Yep.
Yeah, oh yeah. So my oldest son came with us. He's 10. And he's got a little Arctic Cat ZR 200. What am I missing? What did I have?
Oh, you were prepping him for that slush.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, look, you're going to hit it.
Don't stop. Don't turn. Go as fast as you can, and you'll get through it. And he did. He got through it.
He did. And I remember he's like, Here it is. You're watching it the whole time. He's about to. There it is. Don't let up. Oh, okay. Yeah.
He made it.
All right. You made it. Nice. Yeah.
I said that. I'll give you a little history. I said that because last year's ice fishing derby, we fished White Oak and had similar problems where there was a lot of slush. And right when we were leaving one day, he was flying on his snowmobile. Of course, it's a 200, so it doesn't go too fast. But he was moving. And he turned, like 90-degree turn, right as he hit the slush. And all I saw was him go launching through the air, and the snowmobile. And of course, I'm freaking out, so I go running over. He's crying. The snowmobile is upside down, and it was a disaster. But so that was what I was picturing. So I was like, you don't turn, you don't stop, you just go straight. And he did. He did
good. He did real good. And so then we did the same, right? We did the same setup.
Real quick, I just figured out, I think, what's tipping your setup.
Not enough bins.
No.
What?
The tracks are wider than the sled.
Oh, for sure.
It's the sled.
It gets into
one of the grooves.
Exactly.
I'm just sitting here.
It's not my setup.
I
promise.
I'm sitting here thinking about it, going, how can we fix this problem? We can't.
No. Unless we put outriggers on.
Right.
You need a bigger sled.
Because even on a sled, it's going to, like on a snowmobile, it's still going to have a similar issue. It's just going to be the center of it. That's going to...
On the
What if I put a piece of plywood on the bottom of it?
What?
Just put skis. Piece of plywood and then skis on the far ends.
This is
on the bottom.
We're up to something here.
You know what I'm saying?
Stay tuned. Pittsburgh is coming soon.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you put a piece of plywood and then skis on the outside edges to keep the plywood from just digging into the snow.
I mean, I'm happy with my setup. It's not that bad.
No, it's not.
Let's go to the...
It works in general. It's just when it gets into...
As long as you're on flat, even surfaces with no slush and you're going straight, it's fine.
The moment that, like, any normal things happen.
Right. Or as long as you have someone to ride the back.
Right. Which I'm
one of those two things.
I'm down with trying that. That looked like a lot of fun, actually. Even on the way back when you wiped them out, it still looked pretty fun.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that.
So you picked me up, and we decided to do the same setup as we went out on day one, where I sat in the hole on your... No, we didn't. No, we were thinking about doing that.
We sat there contemplating how this was going to work.
That's right.
And we came up with a different plan.
Yeah, it was actually pretty genius. Because if I had sat in that, we thought even with the slush, because I brought more stuff this time, that it was going to move it around and stuff might fall out, like all that kind of stuff. So the whole purpose of having a jet sled is so that you can pull it along the ice and everything comes along with you and you limit the friction and everything. What did we decide to do? Well, we decided to just pick that sucker up and put it on the back of the wheeler and use a couple ratchet straps to secure it to the back. And then Tyler's on one side, I'm on the other side. We're just facing each other. Both one hand on the sled, like, I hope this works, and on the jet sled, and then Tyler's steering, and then I'm like trying to find another place for my arm over here that's not going to get in the way of him steering.
Right. I'm pretty sure I actually said to you, whatever you do, don't move the handlebar.
Because like immediately, like I grab it and I'm like, okay, oh yeah, no, and you're like, don't move that handlebar. It was just a natural reaction. It's right there. It's a handle. Like, come on. So yeah, so I just like I grabbed like one of the rungs and I'm just like hanging onto that. Like, do not move your hand. Do not have a reflex to grab something you shouldn't.
You should have just sat on the front of it.
No, because I needed to hold.
It took both of us to steady that thing on the back.
Because it was just ratchet straps to kind of help a little bit, but it wasn't like just the ratchet straps were not doing that job. It needed to be. Jesus. We made it.
Yeah, I mean, it worked. It worked. We didn't dump it.
Again, you're like, all right, this is the worst of it. If we get through this, we're okay. All right? And we just hit the slush, and you're fighting with it. It's pulling us this way, it's pulling us that way, and we're just rolling with it the whole time. And then we get out of it. You're like, all right, looks good. And then we get to this other patch, and you're like, okay, this is really bad too. Hang on.
Part 2.
I thought you said we were good if we got through that back there. Okay. So we get out, and they've already set up.
Oh yeah, they shoveled out an area, set up some pop-ups. They were building a shelf out of snow for the grill area.
Yeah, you guys had a whole kitchen when I got out
Yeah,
there.
it was an outdoor kitchen.
Yeah, it was great.
To give you an idea how long it took us to get out there. I mean, you did the passes, but still, they had everything set up.
They had tip-ups in the water.
Yep. So then you set up your tip-ups, and then there was a little food break, and then I decided to set up mine.
It took you a minute, but you did it.
Yeah.
You were like, do I want to do this? Do I not want to do this?
Because the snow was deep, and I knew my tip-ups were just going to disappear under the snow.
You couldn't actually tell if you had a flag all day.
No, I couldn't. And walking through that snow in that line, I got back, and I think I looked at you, and I said, okay, well, the kids just gained 3 tip-ups. I'm not doing that again.
Well, that was the plan. Set these tip-ups up and let the kids go get them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the kids brought snowmobiles, and the lake was covered in snow, and the kids wanted to play.
Yeah.
So they didn't
They
really...
almost ate a couple tip-ups.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, you couldn't see them until
Yeah. So then we really just sat around and made food and talked.
Yep.
And then Paul decided that he was actually going to show up after going back and forth a couple times.
Yeah. Well, it didn't
We
help.
thought you went to the wrong lake.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there's no one at White Oak, and I'm like, Paul went to White Oak.
No, I was driving past. I had to go drop.
I read that as in where are you guys? There's no one at White Oak.
He said that. He's like, I'm pretty sure Paul went to White Oak. I was like, what?
No, I was getting ready to leave the house, and girlfriend goes, "Wait, you're going down to Holderness Center Harbor?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, I'll just go with you, and you can pick me up on your way through," because we had to go to her nephew's first birthday party after, and I was like, "Okay, well, be quick." Just sitting there waiting. Then we get going, get down there, and then chit-chat with her parents, drop her off, and come up to you guys. And I texted you when I was passing White Oak.
Okay.
Just thinking out loud in my own head. And I was like, yeah, this will make sense. Obviously, it didn't make enough sense. But
no.
whatever. Got up to you guys, parked right, blocked you in. And there was still no one there. It was just you guys parked in that parking lot, which I was shocked.
Wild. Yeah.
Started walking out with Cannon, and next thing I know, here comes Brian on the snowmobile.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick you up. Is
you
what he
describe-
says as he's coming.
Yeah, but you should have seen the way he took off too. He thought he was cool, right?
He thought he was Mr. Hot Rod.
Yeah, he's like, okay, I'm like 20-year-old riding snowmobile Brian, and he's like trying to carve in the snow, doing his thing. And we didn't actually. I didn't see him dump it.
No,
did you?
I didn't either.
But I said to him, as I said to these guys as he's driving away, I'm like, I hope he tips that thing over.
He got from probably me to Zach away, if not a little farther away, but he was still close enough. And I just watched his eyes get big, and that thing just go right out. He was turning to come right, swing it right in front of me like Mr. Hot Shot.
Yeah, he was cool.
And thought he was going to be cool, and the accent just kicked right out on him. And it goes over. I'm like, "You all right?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah." Flips it back over. I'm like, I got snowshoes on. I'm good.
Okay. So that's what you guys said, because he comes back and
Without
you, and we're all like, Paul didn't want to ride, and he's covered in snow. And we're like, what happened? And then you came walking over, and somebody, I don't know if it was you or him, said he tipped it over.
I probably said that.
Oh,
Yeah, I looked at him like, I got snowshoes in the dog. I'm good. I'll meet you over there.
You watched him dump it, and you're like, no, I'm all set. We're good. Right?
Yeah, made it out to you guys. There was a ton of slush. Walking in snowshoes in the slush sucked.
Yeah.
good to you guys, and honestly, I hung out for a little bit before I even said a tip up. I was like, man, I'm not feeling this after that walk. I'm good. I'll just hang out and see what's happening.
Honestly, like, I kept bugging you just because I wanted you to try my new auger, because I knew that you'd be like, that thing's sick.
It is sweet. It's really sweet.
Yeah.
Just check
I could have just gone and drilled holes with
Check
it.
that.
Just tell me.
Check that bolt that holds the two pieces together. Just check that.
Since we have the same auger, I will definitely keep an eye on
Hey,
that.
but the good news is I have an extra one now. I bought two. So if
Sweet.
you lose one, I have it.
Awesome. I should just go to the hardware store and keep one in my truck.
Yeah, it was like $2 at Auctions.
There you go. And so you got there, and by that time we had caught 18, 19 fish, something like that area.
Yeah, at least.
And then the fishing had stopped and just slowed down, like, right before Paul got there, so
Yeah.
he didn't get to see any of that action, but
No,
it was
didn't
pretty...
get to see any of that action, and didn't get any action while I was there.
No.
Other
Yeah,
than
it
the
was-
one stupid fish that kept biting
It
Charlie.
was just the morning bite, I think,
Yeah.
and he got there too late.
One of them might have cut the line. It couldn't even come to the hole.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
huge.
Yeah,
Huge.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys catch a fish all day, or was it just
Oh,
the
yeah.
kids?
No, we
I'm
definitely.
really starting to not believe a word that's
100%.
coming out of your
Paul,
mouth.
I got a flag. You were there, and you saw I got a flag.
Yeah.
Wind flag with no wind
Still
in the
flag.
snow.
It's still a flag.
There was a lot of fish that were caught that day.
Yeah.
Whatever you boys say.
Yep. We again, the fish we caught on Saturday would have won the leaderboard on Sunday.
Oh, easy. And the ones we threw back Sunday morning would have won Sunday.
Yeah, but we thought we could do better. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, anybody can catch those crappie. Anybody.
right. It's not hard to get a 4
Did
pound
Pat
crab.
actually go down to the board with his fish or no?
No idea.
I checked it. It didn't. No. Like, I think that what was happening was people were holding on to their fish
All day Sunday.
all day Sunday, and they didn't check them until later.
That makes sense.
Based on the times that everything came in and the weights, like when we left, he would have been on the board, and
Yeah.
he was not going to be on the board by the time everything got checked in. Wow.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that or everybody, I don't know.
Brought the fish from Saturday and on Sunday.
Who knows?
I
Yeah.
sold my big crappies to a few guys.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I think he was actually on the board, but I'm not in it for the grand prize. I'm just taking the cash and running.
Yeah, I could win 15 grand with this one, but I'll take $5.
Yeah, I mean, I sold a 12-pound nigger. Turns out it would have won me 15 grand.
Yeah, what was that? Winnisquam that came out of?
Yep.
Holy cow! I wouldn't have thought that for Winnisquam.
Some of the fish that win it do not come out of the bodies of water that you would think.
Yeah, like
most years.
that rainbow that was like almost 7 pounds that came out of that pond in Grafton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was an October stock.
Yeah.
That was one of them breeders they put in there in
Right.
October. Yeah. So yeah, we set up. We ate good food, drank good beer, had good company, watched the kids jig and
Throw snowballs to the dog.
yep, and chase some flags. They did get some flags. They got a couple small pickerel. In all seriousness, we didn't get skunked. And I say that because we fish as a group, and it doesn't matter about individual success. It's group
That's
success.
right. That's right. We cry
I
together.
agree.
Yep.
I agree. I'm there for the social aspect.
Right.
Like,
And Sunday was definitely the social
yes.
aspect. It was a very low-key day, which was really nice,
Yep.
actually. It was really nice. We had a good setup.
And the weather was gorgeous.
It ended up being phenomenal.
Yeah, the
Once
snow
the
stopped.
snow stopped, the sun came out, it warmed up. Yeah, that was really nice. But we had, 2 grills set up, 2 pop-ups set up,
Yep.
bunch of chairs, just chilling, having a good time.
No fire pit. We didn't bring the fire pit that day.
No. We did have one on Saturday. That was cool.
Did a little snowmobiling.
Yep. You guys. You and Brian running the kids' sleds around. That was pretty good.
What else?
comical.
What else did we do?
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot.
No, I don't think we did it much.
I think
during the
nobody
day.
had motivation to do anything, actually.
No. Nope. So then it was like 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, so I think a nap before the Super Bowl sounds really good. You guys want to pack up?
That's right. Super Bowl Sunday.
Yep. And we all packed up
Yep.
and got
Fairly
everything
quickly.
ready to go. Yep.
It was very quick. All of a sudden, Pat and Brian started, and we all had everything loaded up in like,
Yep.
15, 20 minutes, it felt like?
Yeah. Yep.
Did you see? You guys probably didn't see it. I don't think you were there. So Pat rode my sled back out.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys saw that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He rode the sled, and we tipped it, and he fell in the slush.
Yeah, I
on-
fell over at the same
Were
around the
any
same
of you
time.
around my truck when we got to the truck, or no? You weren't there
No.
at that point.
No. Because I think Brian came back and grabbed my sled, and then we just walked
Yeah.
out after that.
So you remember how the slope was like tipped towards my truck when you go
Oh,
around
yeah.
it? Remember that? So
Yeah.
we get to that point, and I stop, and I say to Pat, "Do you want to get off, and we'll try to like walk this up?" And he said, "No, just go. I'll ride it up." And I said, "Are you sure about that? Because it's really close to my truck." And he was like, "No, I think you're fine. Just go for it." So we start going, and he's trying to counterweight it, like counterbalance it from tipping towards my truck. And as we're going, I'm watching the corner of the jet sled go right for my headlight, and it hits my headlight, and all I see is something like clear stuff go flying everywhere, and I'm like, I just broke my headlight, like I just destroyed it, right? So we pull over, and Pat's got this look on his face. He's like this. He's like, and I'm like, dude, please tell me we didn't just break my headlight. And he walks back over, and he starts laughing. My truck had ice like all run down the side of it. It literally just barely missed the plastic or whatever of the headlight. It smashed the ice off of it, and it shattered the ice everywhere, but it didn't
Thank
break my headlight.
God.
He turns around, he looks at me, and he goes, "Dude, you were a quarter inch away from smashing your headlight." And I'm just looking at him like, I knew we should have got off and walked that up. But it was super close. I don't know how it happened, but it just caught the icicles on the front of the headlight. But that was the excitement there. But then we were smart.
We were not
Then
around for that.
Then I backed the wheeler in, and we winched the sled up. So that was kind of
Yeah.
cool. It worked out good.
That's smart.
Other than that, nothing else to report.
On our walkout, it was slow
Awful.
going. Awful.
So we decided that we were going to just walk my sled out.
How'd it go?
He had snowshoes, so you at least had a tiny bit of traction.
Yeah.
The slush didn't help.
It sucked until the slush got like so stuffed full of my snowshoe I couldn't move my foot, and then I fell over into the slush.
What was worse, walking it back or riding out like you did?
Oh, definitely walking it back.
See, we should have gone back and picked you guys up. I was going to. Nobody wanted to.
Brian came back and grabbed the sled, and then we were just walking out. We weren't pulling the sled anymore, which was good.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But even walking out, like once Paul was just walking out, he's like cruising because he's just flying on top of the packed snow with
Thanks
traction.
for that.
You're
And
walking on
every
water.
single time I
was.
stop, my foot just like just kicks out to another side, and then it just kicks out to that side.
if you didn't
and then I
have
pull
them duck feet, they would have stayed slipping out in the straight line.
It's just-
but because
I'm
you
just walking and like I'm on butter, like everywhere.
Duck feet. I
Yeah.
like it.
Oh, I
Have
do.
you
I
seen
walk
the
like
way
a
he
duck.
walks?
Well, it's funny you bring that up because when we went hunting, one of the times we went hunting this year, I remember looking at the tracks in the snow, and I thought to myself, "Holy shit! Like, how does he walk straight? Because his toes are pointing away from each other."
Yep. yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
I
No.
walk like a penguin.
I was in the woods in the area we were hunting this year, and I'm wandering around, and all of a sudden I found boot prints in the signpost road, and I'm like, huh. And I walk a little farther on them, and it opens up to the trail, and now this person just walks in a straight line, and I'm walking it, and all of a sudden I'm watching, and they were old, they were a couple days old, so like watching everything, but I'm like, this is Zach's tracks.
Didn't you have somebody with you that was like, who walks like that?
Did you try walking in them?
Buckley?
No, it
No,
wasn't.
I had Sean with me.
Yeah.
I had Sean with me.
Yeah.
They were like,
And you're like, I know exactly.
I know
who
exactly who this is by these tracks. Watch. And I texted you. I'm like, were you out here recently?
I'm like, yeah, 3 days
just the
ago.
other day. I was like, knew it.
You're like, somebody's fucking with us. Nobody walks like this. I know it.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we should duct tape your feet together at night, and maybe it'll bring your hips back together. So
Or just a chiropractor visit.
Yeah.
Or 10.
yeah.
Um.
I heard there's a really good one up in Littleton now too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Patty
Cool.
Cakes was talking about it this morning.
Nice. So yeah, we ended up. So that was just a tough walk back. I felt like I got hit by a dump truck the next morning. My hips and lower back were just killing me, but that's just because I'm not in line with anything in my body. Yeah, and then we got out, packed everything up, and went home.
You went to the board, didn't you?
Yep.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
That's right.
But I'm going to tell you why we went to the board.
Okay, go for it.
All right. So my 10-year-old son that came with us, he fishes every year with me, or at least the last few years. And on the way there, I tried. Well, you were there in the parking lot. I tried to convince him. I was like, "I'll give you $10 if we just go home."
He
now."
wanted $40.
And he's like, "No." Then you said $20 or something, and then he said $40. Like, no. I was like, "I'll give you like $10 or $20 if we just go home now. I don't want to go down there and deal with this." But he was insistent to go. We get there. We park.
You went to McDonald's after, didn't you?
Nope.
Oh wow.
We get there. We park in like the old Abishon parking lot area there, and we walk across.
exactly where we said you were gonna get stuck parking.
We walk across to like Lago there, and we walk down through. And I'm thinking we're gonna go check out the fish board, right, and see what's going on. The real reason he wanted to go there is because he wanted a sweatshirt. Every year he gets one of those fishing derby sweatshirts. So we walk over, and I'm like trying to go look at the fish. He's like, "Oh, I want to go look at the sweatshirts." I said, we'll look at that after. Let's go look at the fish. I don't want to look at the fish. And I'm like, then why did we come down here? Well, can we
Remember that $40, Dad?
Yeah. Can we go look at the sweatshirts? So we walk over there. They didn't have any sizes that fit him. The smallest one they had was an adult medium, and it was like a C on him. He's like, "No, we'll get it." I'm like, "I'm not buying that. It's going to take you 10 more years to grow into this.
At least.
And I'm like, "I'm not buying you that." And then the lady was actually really nice. She handed us like this thing, and she's like, "You go online, you can order whatever size you want, and you'll have it in like a week or whatever."
Okay.
So we left. So we literally walked away and went right back to the truck. So I was like, we just
So you
drove all the way
didn't
down
make it to
here.
the board at all?
Well, I mean, we could see it.
Yeah.
It was like 30 yards away, but we never really like looked at it.
Right.
It was more like, "Hey, cool, there's the fish. What do you got for sweatshirts?" like that's what it was. And I was just like, "You gotta be shitting me." And I said something to him. We get back to the truck. I was like, "The only reason you came down here was for the sweatshirt." And he kind of just smiled. He's like, "I wanted another sweatshirt." I was like, "You asshole. Like, you could have told me this."
Well, then we wouldn't have come down here. And
Exactly.
I know we wouldn't have.
But we left without a sweatshirt.
Right.
That was the kicker. So, yeah.
You smart.
Yeah, that was the only reason we went down there. It had nothing to do with looking at the board.
That's awesome.
I did glance at it, though, and I'll tell you what, some of those fish were pretty nice. That Laker was awesome. Some of the cusk were nice. Some of the pickerel were pretty nice, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some nice fish there.
Yeah, I forgot to look to see what the winning size pickerel was. But there were some big ones that were getting logged, so I'm sure it was probably like 6 pounds or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
There were some monster fish that were caught this year.
Yeah, I mean, I threw quite a few of them back.
Yep. Yep. Just to think that we actually caught a crappie that was twice the size of the winning one.
Easy.
That's just nuts.
Yeah.
That we didn't keep that thing. We
Well,
really thought we
you know.
could do better.
Yeah, you can't win them all.
Right. Well, 5.2 pounds, you know? It's just, we thought we could do better.
Yeah. It's always next year. Right?
Yep. There's always next year.
Why are you smiling?
And
Do you
the
not
year
believe?
after.
You not believe us?
Not at all.
I mean, if you got there earlier, you would have seen it.
Yep. But you know.
I don't know who taught you how to use the measuring tape, but it all makes sense now.
I mean, a good one.
I think it was 24 inches.
Listen, man, I was talking pounds, not inches. I don't know where you got measuring tape from.
All right, so what else?
I don't know.
No, then it was nap nap time.
It was nap
Yeah,
time.
then it
I
was
went
nap.
home and napped.
Did you?
And
Well-
then watch this stupid Super Bowl.
I didn't really nap. I kind of like laid on the couch with my eyes half open and like would watch and then close for a minute and then watch. So it wasn't really like a nap, but
Yeah. I flat out went into my bed and took a solid hour and a half nap.
I wish I did that.
Yep. I woke
actually
up at
missed the
4
end.
thinking it was 5.
Ooh.
And then,
You didn't miss anything.
I woke up to see the Eagles celebrating, so that was it.
oh yeah. And then I had a Super Bowl party to go to.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So then I left and I went to the Super Bowl party.
Same.
And I was planning on making it till halftime and then going home. But I was enjoying that Super Bowl so much, legitimately, because I hate Mahomes with a passion. And he was getting destroyed. And I'm so glad that I waited to the second half to watch him get punched in the face. Literally.
That did happen. That did happen. It was great.
It was pretty
halftime show was on.
satisfying.
I didn't even see the halftime show. I fell
You
asleep
didn't
for that.
miss
and woke up.
anything.
No, it was very just like political message thing, and it was just
Who
very
the hell is
anticlimactic.
Kendrick Lamar, anyways? Like,
I
I
have
have
no
the name, and
idea.
I'm like, I don't even know who this person is.
The only reason why I know that there was messages behind it is I've read about it since then. Watching it live, I had no idea who he was or what he was saying or what any of the songs were.
That's how I felt.
Yeah. But it's all over
Interesting.
Facebook now on how amazing that his message was, and blah, blah, this and that, and yeah, so.
It was so amazing. I fell asleep.
And that was Sunday.
That was Sunday.
That was Sunday. So,
But now coming up at the end of the month,
Yep.
we got our trip.
I guess we can announce that
How far away is this?
officially.
I think 2 weeks.
Yeah.
This is a short month.
I gotta look at a calendar here. 2 weeks from tomorrow. Wait, what's your plan? You're going up when?
Thursday.
Thursday night?
Yeah.
Well, I thought you said you were there one less day. Are you leaving?
I'm leaving Saturday morning because
Saturday.
I got to work
Okay.
Sunday.
So you're going to come up with us and just leave a day early.
Yep.
Cool.
Because, I could take the day off probably.
Wait, you're working Sunday?
Yeah.
Well, couldn't you stay most of Saturday?
Yeah, let's. I gotta work to smooth some things over.
Oh, I got like this girl. And,
Yeah.
she lives with me.
Yeah. Well, if I take the dog, maybe I can just be like, go do whatever you want for 3 days. See ya.
I'm trying to give you a break, honey. So you gotta tell her.
Yeah.
You'll learn.
The good thing is she doesn't watch this, so
Perfect.
Awesome.
yeah.
Sweet.
I'm gonna say that now. Watch this will be the first one she freaking listens to.
Yep. Yep.
say that. Sorry. Sorry now. Just saying it now. At a time.
So this, I guess, can act as the official announcement of our plan that we'll see if we bring it all forward or whatnot, but we are doing a trip to Pittsburgh
Yep.
and staying in Tyler's camp and hopefully going to do a bunch of fishing. Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
If conditions are okay.
I mean, if not,
Then
a lot of
Not-
drinking.
A lot of drinking.
Yep.
And a lot of laughs.
And a lot of
probably.
laughs. And we're going to try to have a camera running pretty much most of the trip.
Mm-hmm.
And just have fun with it and see where it goes, and then put together a video of the trip and release it to you guys so you can kind of just see an edited version of what we do when we go away together.
Keyword edited.
Rated R.
Yeah. Be like,
You're gonna see
Paul-
Buckley laying out on the deck,
it was good.
sunbathing.
It's going to be like Paul and Johnny on a snowmobile.
There's 4 of us, and there's only one bed. Yeah, I didn't tell you guys that, right? There's only one bed.
That's all right, man. I'm cool with it.
All right, we
Yep.
gotta snuggle up. The fire doesn't work. Nothing.
I hope
stay
it's-
warm.
I hope it's a small bed.
I mean, it's a double.
Nice. Yeah, dude. Stack like cordwood.
Let's say just one on top of the other. We'll be fine.
Yeah, and
Just as long as the bottom one doesn't move. Like you can't roll in your sleep.
right at all. Yeah, so that'll be fun. I think it'll be a good trip.
I'll just curl
Do
up
something
with the dog and use him as body heat. You guys can all be in bed together, snuggle up.
Yeah, you're bringing Cannon?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I think so.
And then...
Might as well bring the mascot.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, absolutely. He's part of the group. Team member. We'll try to... Do you have a drone, or is it Buckley that has a drone?
I used to have a drone on him.
Buckley has a drone.
Buckley does. Okay.
He has a couple, actually.
We could get some sweet shots with that thing.
Oh,
I hope
yeah.
he brings it. So we got to remind him to bring that stuff. And trying to think of anything else. Paul, can you get me the picture of the hats, please? Or can you post about them? Because we keep talking about them at the end of a podcast every single time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there is that.
We have new hats coming at some point.
We got to do pre-order first. So if you want in on the new hat order, send one of us a message.
They need to know what they look like first.
Yes, I agree. I'm just putting this out there, though.
So go on your head.
They're gray. Either gray and orange writing, gray and green writing, or gray and black writing.
Correct.
But there will be pictures posted of the gray and green one and the gray and orange one here very soon.
Sweet.
I will try and do that in the next day or two.
Cool.
Or I'll send it to you.
All right. Either way. Yeah.
Fingers crossed Mariah leaves her hat at home. I keep forgetting to be like, hey, give me that.
Right.
Whoops.
It's all good. I mean, it'll come out eventually. I'm just giving you crap. But yeah, we got those coming out, and we've been thinking about other things.
Yeah.
Sweatshirts,
another t-shirt round.
different colors for the t-shirts, stuff like that. So we're gonna get out a couple designs to people, post it up on our social media, and see if there's any pre-orders that are wanted from them, and what, then go off of how many people show interest before we start ordering a bunch of them. So just keeping a lookout for those things, because eventually they're going to pop up. And when they do, let us know if you want one, and we'll add you to the list, and we'll put together an order based off of demand versus just buying to buy. So, and we still have some of the original shirts left over, so if you want any more of those, we got some sizes kicking around, so let us know, and if we got your size, we'll send it right off to you. If we don't have your size, then we'll add you to the next order when we do another order of them.
Yep.
So that's where we're at this point. It's a time of the year where a lot of us are working a lot, so not a lot of content is coming out, unfortunately, right now.
No, I've been working crazy overtime.
I think all of us kind of busted out a lot during hunting season this year, and now we're kind of
Making up
Catching
for
up.
it.
can I get some money in my pocket, please?
Right.
So, but we're going to continue to get as much out as possible. We're going to get 2 weeks out of this Derby weekend, and then we're going to have hopefully some time to record a lot when we're up in Pittsburgh. So
Yeah, we should be able to get a couple podcasts
absolutely,
on, I think.
absolutely. If we just do like one a night, that's 3 episodes.
Right.
If we do 2 a night, that's 6 episodes, right? So, should be good, and it could be really crazy depending on how we feel when we get back to the cabin at night.
If we get back.
They could be very interesting. The dialect could be very interesting there.
Yeah, you think Paul's hard to understand now?
Yeah. Exactly.
No hard boost. No hard boost.
Right? Yeah, seriously.
Where'd Buckley go?
Oh, he's sleeping in the snowbank. That makes sense.
He's curled up in the outhouse.
Anything else? Yeah,
I think we're good.
Cool.
Ice fishing trip.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. Coming up is some turkey hunting, hopefully.
And I've never ice fished Pittsburgh before.
Oh, really?
It's been a thing that I've wanted to do, especially the last couple of years, and I just haven't made it. So
You're not missing anything.
I
You never know. You never know.
There's a pond in a neighboring town that I've always wanted to ice
We're
fish.
not going to tell you what it is.
So that is gotta happen when we're up there.
I think we pick whatever you guys want to do. We go do it.
Yeah. Sweet.
I think fishing in front of camp becomes like a last minute resort if we just want to sit in camp and do nothing.
Right.
Or the
absolutely.
weather shit.
Or the
Yeah,
weather.
exactly. We're like, we end up getting back earlier than we thought, and we just want to throw some tip-ups out there and just watch them while we're, you know. Yeah.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
Yep.
This will be fun. I'm excited. I want to get away a little bit after all the working I've been doing and stuff too. So
Yeah, I'm ready to get away and have a guys' weekend.
yeah.
What could go wrong?
A lot, and that's why we do it.
Certainly not to catch fish.
No.
As long as no one ends up arrested,
Yeah.
Right.
we're good.
Exactly.
That's right.
And or dead.
I'm gonna tell. I will tell you the last time I called for a police officer while I was up there, it was over 24 hours before they showed up. I'm not joking.
I believe it. Yep. And was it a border patrol agent?
No, it was actually Pittsburgh PD, and the guy was super awesome.
Yeah.
My wife. We're gonna get off topic here. My wife. Her van at the time, she doesn't have a van anymore, but her van got hit by a moose.
Oh.
Like, we didn't hit the moose,
Yeah.
the moose hit us.
Ran into the side of it.
No, right into the hood.
Oh.
Right into the front of it. I
Like,
remember
we
when
were
this
parked.
happened.
You want the story real quick?
Yeah, please.
I mean, this is totally
Great.
off of ice fishing, but I'll
Yeah,
tell
who
you.
cares? Yeah,
I'll
this
tell
is a
you.
great
This is
story.
how messed up Pittsburgh is, right? So we go out. This is like a tradition for us. When we go up in the summertime, we always go moose watching.
Yeah.
We'll eat dinner. We'll go get ice cream at the ice cream place up there, and we'll drive to the border and back, just looking for deer, moose, whatever.
Moose Alley.
Yep.
Yep.
And that night we go up, and we drive all the way up, drive all the way back, and we're heading down the road to camp. And we come around the corner, and there's this young moose in the middle of the road. So we stop, and it's dark, and a car comes around the other way, and the car sees the moose and sees us, and that car stops. So now this moose is between me, us, and this other car. And it's kind of like just turning in circles, like, what do I want to do here? So it starts like slowly trotting towards us. It gets to, I don't know, maybe 20 feet from our car, and it stops, it turns, and it starts trotting back the other way. And I'm like, this is cool, we're watching it. And I actually have this all on video. I pulled up my phone. And it's trotting down, and it gets towards the other car, and it stops, and it turns around, and it starts trotting back our way. And I'm videoing this, right? And all of a sudden, it's coming, and Jess is like, my wife is like, Tyler, and she like grabs me, and I got video of this moose just boom right onto the hood of our car. Smashes her grill to pieces, dents the hood all up, and I'm like, holy shit. And it's just flopping on the hood of our car. And I'm sitting there going, what do I do? And the thing finally falls off the side of the car, and it stands up, and I'm like, Jess is like, what do I do? I'm like, don't move. Just leave the car in park. And the thing just kind of looks around and dips off into the woods and gone. I get out, and I'm looking at the front of the car, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, it destroyed it. So I'm like, God damn. So I called Colebrook Dispatch, and I was like, we just got hit by a moose. And the lady was like didn't believe it. She's like, hit by a moose? I'm like, yeah, no, we were in park, and the moose hit us. She's like, okay. I was like, I just need to get an officer. I want to do an accident report, all that sort of stuff for our insurance. And so we gave her the information. She said, I'll send an officer out. We go back to camp. And it was like the next night, 24 hours later, the guy shows up. And it was a super nice dude. I forget his name. And we're telling the story. And he's like, okay, yeah, I can feel that. And he's like, but for real, can I ask you a question? He's like, did the moose really hit you? And I was like, check this out. I showed him my video. And he's like, you need to post that on YouTube and tag Pittsburgh PD. He didn't believe us until I showed him the video.
Yeah.
But it was pretty funny. Yeah, that moose it was like, I think it didn't know what to do. The headlights from both directions.
Yeah,
Right.
It just kept going back and forth, and finally it just ran right at us and smash.
That or it just wanted a fraudulent insurance claim for something.
Yeah, something.
They hit me. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
That's
pretty
awesome.
interesting. Yeah,
That
it was
is a
funny.
great
I have
story.
it all on video.
Yeah.
My kids were actually in the back seat sleeping. They were like, woke
Did they
up.
even wake up?
They had no idea. Never woke up. My wife was crying. I'm kind of like laughing but not laughing. Jess is crying. Kids are sleeping, and I'm like, I don't even know what to do at the moment. Like, this thing just literally smashed our van. That's awesome. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, we should have fun in Pittsburgh. It'll be good.
It's so good you got that on video, because I don't know if anyone would believe you if you didn't have
Nobody
video.
believed us. The officer thought I was joking. I'm like,
Right.
dude, I'm not joking. You watch this. So anyways.
Well, hopefully that doesn't happen to my truck.
No.
I don't care about your guys', but
Yeah, I mean, we're not taking my truck, just so you guys know.
just say that.
Too many close calls.
I think Buckley wants a new truck, so we'll just drive his around.
Oh, yeah.
We're
sure.
not all fitting in that little thing.
You say that, but I saw you on a snowmobile with Johnny, so I think you don't have a problem getting snuggled up with anybody.
Facts. Slow motion. I can't wait to see this video. I don't know what
room for my legs.
If any of you at home know what twerking is,
Yeah.
you're gonna see it firsthand. John, just twerking. Paul, I don't really know what you were doing.
Enjoying it.
Enjoying,
Yeah.
observing,
Taking in
drooling.
the scenery, that's
Yeah,
all.
Just a redneck lap dance.
yeah. Hop on my snowmobile. All right.
On that note, it's getting late.
Yeah, I gotta go home.
You need to go eat dinner.
I need to go to bed. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I too.
Thanks for showing up here, guys.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. 2 weeks, Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And there'll be 4 of us on a podcast together finally.
4 of us on a podcast. Hopefully hours of who knows what's going to
Videos
happen.
of shenanigans.
You might see some stuff you don't want to see.
Right. Mom?
Yeah. We're going to set up a GoPro right in the outhouse. I'll tell you, in the summertime, the outhouse actually has a nice view. We cut the door in half. So when you're sitting on the outhouse toilet, you can open the upper half and you can look out at the lake. I'm not joking. You'll see.
I know what
But the whole door's there, so in the wintertime,
Yeah,
the
if you
wind's
wanna
not
close.
blowing.
Yeah, if you want to close, you can shut them both. But it is nice to open up the top.
Oh, I bet.
I got a
Summertime.
question.
Sure.
Yeah.
Actually, I can ask it later. It doesn't matter.
Sure? You don't want it on air?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next episode.
See you soon.